Hello, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being here. We're looking at the crude oil market. Today is Tuesday, August 24th, 2021. Uh, we're up against the high, right? 67.67 is the high of the day. We have been up since yesterday when we were trading the short move from yesterday. In this time frame, I guess, no, it's right. It was the 130 mark, 230, whenever I was trading. I can't remember. I think it was before 130. It's in this area right here. Yeah, it was this area. Up here to here, and then this down there, and then we got out. Today we're looking at an upward move pretty much the whole session, and looking back, this move has been going up since roughly August 22nd at 5, or maybe even prior to that too, August 20th over the weekend. We see an escalation the next 2 days going up. Volume related, looking at volume today, we have one high blue bar volume on the charts that's held the high roughly. I've marked the escalation at 67.64, and notice that we went back to there and then down again. So one attempt at past the 67.64 mark, and this is the highest blue bar volume that I believe on the chart since the 8 o'clock mark. Yeah. So you have your highest blue bar volumes right here coming in at 10:09 a.m. 13:29. Let's mark that in the spreadsheet just to keep a reference for it. And then we see some red bar volume kicking in on the low, the swing low right through here. So you see all of this right in here off of that right there. So rounded bottom basically, right? I think that we're going to attempt the highs again before the 2 o'clock mark. So what I'm going to do basically at this point is stand aside and see what happens basically in the last half hour of trading today. I looks like this move here with the rounded bottom that we see right in here is going to make a move higher into close, and then maybe we'll have a sell-off into the last half hour, or we might see an upward movement in the last half hour of trading, and then a downward move, or we may not see a downward move at all. If I was going to be short, I mean long, I would have rather be long down here where we have seemed to cover on that rounded bottom, and I'd rather be short from up here at some point. I think if I would have been able to take advantage of this move up through here before, I didn't actually physically turn on my system and look at the charts until roughly the 1 o'clock mark. So this happened prior to the, well, 12 o'clock. Let's rephrase. This was prior to 12. If I put a vertical line on the mark, this is 12 right here. And this would have been of interest to me to short up on this high. When I started looking at, we are here. So I don't see a need to get involved in this because I think we're going to run back up to here before the 2 o'clock mark, or move maybe at the 2 o'clock, or excuse me, I keep saying 2, but I mean 1 Central Standard Time, 2 my time. It gets kind of confusing when you think of my time, your time, but Chicago time, let's defer to Chicago, the 1 o'clock mark. So the last half hour trading between 1 to 1:30. It's roughly 12:14 right now, Chicago time. and we have another roughly hour and 15 minutes left of the trading session. So what I want to do at this point is I guess we can look at the daily and go into the hourly charts, right? Here's the daily chart over the last, so as far as you can see, oh, here's that little thing. Crude oil price goes from $33 a barrel to $67 a barrel when Biden was nominated president. So boom, all of the policies that Biden government has put together and Biden administration has cutting off the supply of making us not energy independent anymore, and see the cost effectiveness of that on the crude oil prices, and you can see that being played out at the pump every time you're filling your car right now, unless obviously you got an electric car. And even now you start seeing the inflationary prices that the oil prices is doing basically to the grocery store. So I thought the last thing I saw on CPI was 7.8. CPI, the inflationary index, roughly things are 7.8% higher than they were a year ago today. Crude oil, gasoline prices are like $1.10 higher, $1.25 higher, depending upon where you are living. Maybe even higher if you're living in that state of California that seems to be liberal hell. Pennsylvania is not much greater with 45-cent per gallon tax here in the great state of Pennsylvania, which is actually called the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Believe it or not, we're not a state, we're a Commonwealth. But anyway, so here's your daily chart, and there's your crude oil prices. Here's where Biden officially gets nominated as president, right, on that Friday. And then the crude oil prices basically haven't looked back since Biden, idiot in charge, has been in office, right? Now you see it being played out in Afghanistan, roughly, right? That's all. What a mess we're in right now. 81 million votes, though. He's got the popular vote. Can't draw a crowd. Go figure. There's that much. I guess that's how many people hated Trump, though. And then basically, evil one to evil two, right? Which one's the more evil? All right, so hourly charts. Look at that. Boy, that one's screaming retracement. I don't know what it's not. Look at that. Look at that retracement screaming. Already had a retracement here, and now we're moving off of that. So you can see that the hourly charts were coming down up until here, August 20th roughly. We've been going up for the last 2 days. So maybe an ABC correction into on an hourly chart right now. We're running the A mark, ABC, and then start a new whole pattern again, or this could be the ABC has been completed. Now we're continuing the upward slant of the market here, the upward domination of the market that's been playing out. Make a move back to the 200 bar SMA perhaps today. Looking at the hourly charts, that's definitely within range. It's hit it a couple times today, right? Come through it and hit it for the first time since back on August 13th we were attempting it again. Interesting. So we looked at the 15-minute, 10 minutes is roughly the same thing as that 10-minute chart. This is our tick chart that I used to trade off of, and then I have my 333 tick chart that shows things a little bit slower. so that I can see a little bit further out. You can see I can look all the way back to roughly 8:30 right now and look at the day, trading day, and I can look back all the way, all the way to 8 as well. Here's the 8 o'clock mark roughly. I can look at the whole trading day on that 333 right now today. That's kind of the goal. That tick chart moves a little bit slower, that I can see things a little bit clearer. Here's your Williams percent R being played out. And then I have my trading chart that I have the MACD on it to help me make some better trading decisions overall with the MACD in play. And then you can see that we've topped out roughly at this area and we've come off of that a little bit. See this upward slant. Right here we see that this last high was not a valid high. You see the divergence hopefully. So let's do it this way, it's easier to see. So you have this upward move right here, you have this downward move right here, and you have this downward move right there. There's your signal to perhaps take a short on. It's a little bit late, it all happened before that 1 o'clock mark or 12 o'clock mark here. I debated about getting involved in it right in this area, right at the 12 o'clock mark, but I thought I'd just wait and see if we run back, because it looks like one of those days that we're going to run the high right now again. Go back up here to 67.67, attempt it one more time, and then we'll see what happens into the last half hour trading. That's kind of thought process right now. We've had 2 up days. Really don't want. I've lost a lot of money trying to guess the top. I'd rather see it attempt the top again today, and then see how strong it attempts the top. I mean, if it moves way up off the top, or the high right now, 67.67, I pretty much want to stand aside or maybe trade a little bit off of a high volume spike bar that would come off and then get involved in it. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now. I'm trying to look for is a high volume blue bar on an up move. Like to see a high volume blue bar, kind of like that blue that we looked prior over here. See one come in the last half hour of trading, and then play off of that a little bit and see what we can get out of it. That's my overall goal on trading today. Alright, so I want to pause here. I kind of told you my battle plan coming into the day's trading day. Looking at that last half hour, looking to attempt that high again. Hopefully see a high blue bar volume like we saw back here. Like to see this again into the last half an hour of trading. High blue bar, and then trade off of that. Even if it's in the last 5 minutes from like 125 to 130, I want to try to take advantage of something attempting the highs today. I think that we're going to make a move against that high today. It's just hanging out there at 67.67. That's that is a significant number if you think about the common numbers, right? Common number being 6767. There's a reason, people are nuts when it comes to numbers. Yesterday it was 6600. Today they ran to 6767. Double, 6767. Double, right? Know what people are trying to do right now. People in the know. That's as high as the market wanted to get, that up move today, and that came up right here, 67.67 right here, and it hasn't been able to break through there yet. So I expect it to try to attempt it one more time. That'll be the 3rd attempt, basically, at that high again, right? Here's the first attempt. First attempt coming through here, right? Second attempt back. Be the third attempt failure. That's what I'll be roughly trying to play. Alright, be back in a few. Or if I see something I want to talk about. Alright, hey, we're closing in on the 2 o'clock mark, or excuse me, the 1 o'clock CST mark. It's about 9 minutes prior, and we've reached back up here at 12:46. And it looks like we're going to run, like I said, we're going to run this high at 67.67 most likely in the last half hour trading. How high will we go? Above that, are we going to the $68 handle or higher? What I'm basically looking for once again, when I'll unpause the screen when I do see it, I'm looking for a high blue bar volume, preferably above a 1K mark. It's supposed to be a 1K. And if I see it, obviously I'll unpause the video here and we'll talk about it at that point. So just let you know I'm still here, just watching the market, observing, reading, doing some research on the back end here. I've been actually studying on options lately, trying to figure out how I want to approach. I've sold some options in the past, and I've obviously bought calls and bought puts before, but I've not really collected income that much. So I've been doing some studying on that over the last couple of months, basically, trying to come up with a plan that I want to utilize in the markets as well. And if I come up with something I want to talk about, as far as that goes, I'll come back and let you all know about that as well. That's it for now. Still watching the market, looking for a break above the 67.67 mark, looking for a high blue bar volume, and then selling that most likely. All right, be back. All right, still looking, still waiting. Reached the 1 o'clock mark, obviously. Mark the charts with the 1 o'clock area here. So we reached 1 on this bar right there. I think this was the 12, so this is the market in an hour. 12 to 1 an hour in the last like half hour that I like to trade. Honestly, looks like the market's going to go and hit that high, 67.67, and move above it. I'm just waiting for it. I'm gonna hold my guns and wait. Be back when I see it. All right, so we reached above there. I'm gonna try to get in here. Got a 29 tick stop. Wouldn't mind getting another in.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so 67.69. Let's plug that in and look where a 1.5p move would be. That'd bring it to 67.16. Roughly right in here. Got 124 volume sitting at 49. That's the highest volume I see on both sides of the market right now. So I assume that we'll attempt to knock that out or try to go after that at some point. All right, we'll add one more in here. Let's get this out of the way for now. We'll take a lot less, but I don't want it spikes above here. 10 ticks above that would be 79. Let's see if it moves above there. We want to try to look at the 79 mark. That might be gets above there, we might just flatten out and take our losses and move on. That'll be like 20 ticks a contract, 40 tick loss roughly. See if we got any weakness in the close here. I'd like to get my hair side of the trade if we can get to 49. You know, what we'll do here, we'll lower a loss on one contract if it runs the high. I like to see it run the 49 mark. And we'll come protect 51 on 49. So I'm moving the hair side of the trade in here, and we'll move the other one here to, we'll call it 89 for now. Still got 126. That's the highest volume on both sides of the market right now. Let's see it run through there. See what it does at 49. If it can push through there or not. All right, time to move in. Yeah, we'll hold the other one at the high right now. So we have a three-piece stop. 67.69, a three-piece stop puts it at 66.63. And we're out one already. Let's look. We'll hold break even. Call it a day. Like to see. Ah, shit. I guess we could take a little bit of a loss here. I'd like to have another shot at this if it goes up again. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll hold break even, see if it wants to move up into close. Yeah, kind of torn right now. I think we might stop at 57. All right, we're going to hold now. See if we can push through 49. Okay, got my hand off the trigger finger. What time we got right now? The way that's holding, it looks like it might make one more attempt up again. I just think that 49 is a done deal right now. I just don't know what it's going to do there. It's going to go there and then shoot back up, or is it going to go down from there? I prefer it for the market to move up and then us attempt to run it down. Alright, I'm going to pause here until we either run the high or run through 49. Be back. Alright, so we're coming into the last 5 minutes of trading here. 123 mark. We're up 5 ticks. I don't know if I want to attempt anything right now. The market's going to make, I guess you could straddle this right here, right? Sell at 49, buy at 58 into the close. Do something like this. If this side gets filled, we'll cancel these open orders on the buy side. Alright, so we've got filled at 67.58. 1.5 P move up from there is 68.11. That's what we're going to be going after. 68.11 in the close. Filled it at the same target. Push to 67.48 there. Brings it into 68.01 target right now. Oh my God, David's long. What the hell is wrong with him? $144 at 54 right now. He just pulled it. Someone pulled it, yanked it. Little fake out in volume there. See if we got strength in the close here today. 100, 106, 113 right there. See if we make one more attempt here. That one is low as 45 that last time around. $67.45. That brings the market to, obviously we want to get it close now if we can. Gonna take my lumps and get the hell out of Dodge. That's as good as I could do today on that particular trade setup. Just glad to be out right now at even at this point in time. It's after the 130 mark. The market really didn't break one way or the other end to close. Now it's starting to move, and I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine if we get above this or if we sell off, if we go up to the 6,800 level. I mean, it could do whatever it wants to at this point. It's after my comfortable time of trading. I like to be out of the market by 130 CST. I'll just take my small win there today and call it a day. That's it. That's all I got to talk about today. We'll see you on the next video.